But we got to change Discords, didn't you say?
Oh yeah, we do too. Alright, switching over to the streaming Discord. Alright, live streaming, eh?
Which one is that again?
WBW live streaming. Anyway. We have got it all sussed out. So anyway. Yeah, I figured we'd do a follow-up video. Because last time I did a video was a tutorial with the spawn pod. We've still got the spawn pod. In fact, we're currently in it, but it's been modified a little bit. We've still got the original flight seat here. We've moved some stuff around and we've made a couple of little changes. And we had a couple of our other faction buddies come along. Duke's here. He was the other voice in the last video. And yeah, we also had Reincor and B-Dub come and help us out. And it turns out this is Canada, not California. Like, I'm quite ignorant as to what all the servers stand for. I'm pretty sure RU is Russia, EU is Europe, or some shit like that. So on and so forth. But anyway, we're actually invading Canada. Now, at the moment, like, our spawn pod spawned 120 odd kilometers, 120,000 kilometers away from the system. So we thought, I might just hang out here for a while and see what's around and get the materials up and improve the space pod just a little bit. What do you reckon, Duke? We've just made a couple of small changes from where it originally was, haven't we? I mean, we still got the original oxygen tank right here. There's the conveyor. Actually, I think that might have been an... Oh, no, that's the original air vent. And we've got that still cranking away. But we might have added a couple of extra drills and a few other cool bits and pieces. But what the mission at the moment is we need to get some shit to Earth. We went and spawned a pod over on the moon just to have a scope around, and we found an interesting base over there with somebody who reckons he's claimed the moon. So we might help Canada try and liberate their moon. Not today, but eventually at some stage I think we might try and do that. Because that seems like a bit of a dick thing to do, is to claim the moon. Like, I think it should be a free-for-all. What do you reckon, Duke?
It should be a free-for-all.
Well, it is a PvP server after all, so... But anyway, let's go and have a look around the outside of the space pod here. Now, as you can see, we've added on a few more drills because we had all our buddies all jump on. We've got 5 accounts to add drills with, so instead of having just the 5 on the regular Keen server, we've got 25 of these things. And we can pretty much eat rocks or whatever in this end and process all the materials. We added a bunch of jump drives because we thought we'll just try and jump this whole thing to Earth. And as we started getting heavier, the range started going down, and we just kept adding jump drives and adding jump drives and adding jump drives, and nothing good was happening. So we thought, nah, bugger it, we'll give up on that idea and we'll try something else. Now, to process all of that good stuff, we've added in mountains of refineries. And when we thought we had enough refineries, then we added some more because it turns out we didn't. And then we started running into a bottleneck with stone. So we chucked this cool little dealie here on here, which is a stone goes in, ingots come out. And these refineries here, this big block of refineries, they just process stone. So we pump stone in. Pretty much as fast as we can mine stone is as fast as we can refine it. In fact, we probably have way too many of these at the moment. Way more than we need. Thinking about it, we'll probably strip some of those down because we cannot put enough stone in with 25 drills to fill up those refineries. Pretty much everything that we take in gets turned into ingots almost instantly as far as stone goes. And we've got probably as many refineries running everything else as well. So all the other materials. We've probably still got the original basic refinery and basic assembler floating around somewhere on this thing too. Because, you know, yep, there it is. Straight down there on the ground. We've still got the original basic refinery is still sitting there with a chair parked on top. Like that's probably Duka's favorite seat there. And underneath these jump drives here, there would be the original basic assembler that we put on. We haven't changed that much. This ion thruster is actually a new addition. We got rid of all the ion thrusters and replaced it with something a little bit bigger and better. And then because we needed more, we added more. And added more gyros. And then, yeah, we kind of added a couple of assemblers. The way we've set the assemblers up is we've got one master assembler and all the rest are slaves. So we put all the stuff we want to one of the assemblers and it farms the work out to all the other ones. Just recently chucked on a bunch more hydrogen tanks and we're sitting by an ice asteroid. I obviously forgot to weld those up. Now, we decided, well, we want to start printing warships. So that way we can go and start tooling around and having some fun over here. So we did this one the good old fashioned way, just using a tug and chucking welders on the back of the ship. And we figured, well, we were getting pretty tired that day. So, and that was yesterday after tooling around on the moon for half the day, like playing around with that idiot's base. We decided, well, let's start making some warships and actually try to affect some change. Like we've got a little base set up on the moon at the moment, which may or may not be there because we haven't checked it in the last 24 hours. But, yeah, it's like we got this one printed out the old-fashioned way where we used a little tug. Like Reincor made up a little scout that we used as a tug and printed this thing out. And we thought, well, I wonder if we can automate this, right? So what Duke came up with is this monstrosity here. We've got 20 welders all parked up down the bottom here on a rotor that spins at 3 RPM. And then we've got, like this is the latest iteration, we've got the projector smack bang there in the middle and basically project the ship that we want to come out, and this goes 100 meters long with all of this convolution of pistons here. So basically the way we've set this massive thing up is a stone goes in one end and it craps ships out the back. So, and we can build these ships now in about 15 minutes. And this is all 2 days worth of work. The last video was 2 days ago. And me, Duke, Rain, and B-Dub have just been smashing it. Oh, the other thing that we did was because we thought, well, we've only got 3 jump drives on these little gunships here. So we can only get 6,000 kilometers. It's going to take us a long time. It's going to take us, what is it? I think I worked it out. It's like 50 jumps or something like that to get back to the system over there, which is 120,000 Ks away. So what we decided to do was to build this thing here. We call it the barge, or I call it the barge. I don't think everybody else likes that name. And this is just a workshop blueprint of basically jump drives, batteries, a small nuclear reactor, and we added on some big hydrogen ion thrusters here, so that way we've got power. And we piped them up so they're connected, and we're gonna take these. Oh yeah, and also we wanted to have FOB over in the system. So Reincor decided, well, I've got this ship here, so I might just chuck this one down and we'll print this out. This took like 15 minutes to print with the new printer, and just popped this thing out. And we're going to take this with us too. This is just parked on the back of one of the gunships here, just on a little platform we threw on as a temporary thing. Oop, and I think I just barbecued myself somehow.
No, we just flew into each other again.
Oh, did we?
Yes, we did.
Jeez, Duke. Oh, and you just crashed me out of the game, man.
Oh, nice.
Tragedy. So now I've got to load back into the game.
Tragedy strikes.
You killed me and you killed the game. Ah, now all the 5 YouTube viewers are gonna see like black screen for the next 5 minutes while I try and load this damn thing up, because my computer is made out of potatoes. But that's alright. I will persevere through the pain, suffering and madness, because I have been married twice, so I know all about pain, suffering and madness. Alrighty. Let's jumping back into AU1. Sorry, CA1. I really should turn off the intro screen, but it helps when I'm half asleep to remind me that the game's finally booted up. Yeah, see, every time I've tried to manually control turrets to carefully pick off targets, I end up just blowing up everything around it. I don't know about you, Duke, but I am not a sniper.
Yeah.
I'm more of a carpet bombing kind of guy, I think. But yeah, we've got quite a few interesting surprises for this particular server that we are going to implement at some stage, which we are going to keep to ourselves at the moment. We're not going to let all of the good stuff out. That loaded in pretty quickly. And here we are, we're on Reinc's ship, the FOB, Forward Operating Base. Which is, yeah, he's actually done a really nice job with this. Like, he had this set up on AU1, and we thought, yep, nah, I know this ship. This ship looks nice. This is going to do exactly what we want. We can convert this into a station, and it's got a safe zone built into it. So this is going to be a nice base of operations for us over in the system when we finally get back to it. So anyway, back to what I was talking about. What was I talking about, Duke, before I died?
I've got no idea. I forgot what I was doing too, to be honest.
Flying around, bumping into me. Yeah, we had a few interesting times with this printer, getting it to work. I mean, Duke went and figured out how to do all this shit whilst we were waiting. And yeah, this convolution of pipes and trying to make it not all clang out with this many pistons was definitely a challenge. But we managed to do it. We can actually mine and print ships at the same time, but we're starting to get a little bit heavy, and we need to start looking at lightening this up, because yeah, we've got the massive barge here and all this other crap, so we're going to start getting rid of some ships now. I think it's more than about time that we started lightening up the space pod here, because basically this is still our space pod. This is what you can do with the space pod in 2 days. Oh, and we got a server restart in 10 minutes. Talk about epic timing, Duke. It's like every bloody time I start a stream, there's a server restart. Anyway.
It's always something.
It's always something. You can't argue with you there. Okay, so I've already loaded these two gunships up, and we've got the FOB on the back. So if you want to jump in a seat or something, Duke, we'll get underway. So which one are you in?
I'm in the rear one on the welder.
What's that, Reincor's?
No, the welder seat, to watch the seat.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm taking the barge, man.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Well, yeah. We're going to Earth, man. Well, the system. We're just going to try to get into the vicinity within like a few thousand kilometers of Earth or something like that, and we're going to drop off 3 ships, and we're going to start doing some cargo runs. But we'll see how long it takes us to get us to Earth, and I think we'll end the video once we get to Earth, and then we're going to make sure that none of you sneaky stream snipers are going to know where we are. So anyway, like I've set up everything on the hotbars here, so I've got all my dealies all set to do different things, and for some reason they don't seem to be wanting to work at the moment.
Because you haven't turned any of the thrusters on at the front.
I'm trying to
You've only got the rear thrusters on.
Okay. Barge ions, and they are not in the group like they were supposed to be. So now if we turn them all on, there we go.
Yep, there we go.
Now we're cooking with gas or plasma. So what we're going to do is we're going to blind jump over as far as we can each time. and just head in that general direction. Now this barge by itself, I think, was doing somewhere in the... Ooh, what's that over there? We got a random piece of shit just floating out over there. It must have been a piece of rubbish we had come loose from us. Figure it out some other time. So yeah, you can do a lot very quickly if you've got a good crew working with you, and that's one of the advantages to joining a decent faction, is the experience of, like, well, players with experience and the shit that they can offer you. I'm going to change my view so I can try to get it on the nose if I can. Then hit my jump select, and we're going to do a blind jump. Max range. Oh, we've only got a max range of 9,329 Ks with all these ships. 329. Because we are carrying cargo, because we intend to do some of the economy missions when we get there as well. At various NPC stations, because we've got no space bank right now, and that's not ideal. We need zone chips. So to get zone chips, you need to have fat stacks of space cash. So this is going to take us another 11 jumps, which is not as bad as the 50 or so. But anyway, I might cut this video short because this is going to take an eternity. But you get the idea of where we're at. And this is where you can get, like, if I was to do this by myself, this probably would have taken me a week rather than 2 days. Because, I mean, we spent half a day tooling around on the moon. Like, me and Duke and Reincor, we were just running around on the moon trying to figure out, like, digging holes, trying to tunnel into this base and all this shit. Trying to figure out a way into this dude's safe zone and shit. And we've got some ideas brought, so we're gonna have some fun with that. What do you reckon, Duke? There's Duke's mic carked it again, I suspect.
Sorry, man, my son just running over stuff with him.
Yeah, that kid's going mental. But yeah. We've been having a fat time on this server, even though we've been fighting lag pretty hard. Like, what's my ping at? 200. Oh, Duke's is at 266. Mine's usually a mountain more than that. 313. That's about average for me playing on this server. And we got a server restart in 5 minutes. But as you can see, like, we are now heading to Earth with some heavy weaponry. And we're just going to be doing shuttle runs to and from Earth, taking stuff over there, and trying to make the server a little bit more lively and a little bit more balanced rather than have one person owning the moon, because I think that's a bit shit myself. So yeah, anyway, if you have been watching, thanks for watching. And yeah, like, if you got the code word from the last video and you want to join the faction and all that sort of stuff, I haven't been on AU1 mainly because I've been tooling around over here trying something new. But I will be back over periodically, spend a bit of time over there and go and wind up people over there, because there's a few folks over there who have said some nasty things to me, who like, I made some promises to that I'd like to go and keep. So I will be back over there, and if you do see me and you are interested in joining the fun with us, then yeah, have a chat to me. I'll send you a Discord link and we can have a conversation and see if we can help you out. Or if you're new to the game, you've just bought Space Engineers, then yeah, we can help you out and show you the ropes, and also show you how not to hang yourself with them. So yeah, till next time, I will see y'all later.